Welcome back to Generation Next, presented by Under Armour. Now, one of the many things that sets Tom Lemming apart from other recruiting experts is the relationships he has with the kids when their days as a recruit are over. Now, this guy is a perfect example. Eugene Napoleon, a former blue chipper in 1984 that went on to play for some good West Virginia teams. He also played in the CFL and arena football. He's now a super successful businessman who represents athletes, runs his own record label. He's also an author. We'll talk about that in a minute. Thanks for being here, Eugene. What I want to know from you is, what kind of relationship do you have with Tom to this day, and how did it all start?
Oh, it's crazy. I have a real good relationship with Tom. Back in, I guess, my senior year in high school, Tom came out from Chicago, where he's from, obviously, and picked me as one of the top backs in the country. So you're talking 20-plus years ago. And just meeting him, the first thing you think about, most people always have an angle when they come at you if you're that highly recruited. And he came in just a wonderful guy. I mean, wholesome guy, and we hit it off right from the start.
He's very likable, and since we're talking about him, we may as well bring him back into the conversation. Tom Lemming in Chicago. Tom, what kind of a player was Eugene back in 1984?
He was also very wholesome. No, you know what he was? He was actually one of the, when I first heard about him, Eugene actually had called me up and we talked a little bit before I got to West New York and saw him on film. I sat down with him and his coach and watched him on film back then. And before then, I had never even heard of West New York, New Jersey. It's a town that hasn't produced an awful lot of players, but Eugene was a big-time blue chipper. What he was a average size back with blazing speed and great vision. He always had that speed and vision, and even to this day, he still has that vision. But he had tremendous speed. I'm sure he's lost a step, but he still was one of the premier tailbacks in the country back then.
All right, now, Eugene, I want to know from you, you obviously didn't make it to the NFL, or a very good college football player. You go on to play CFL and arena football.
Right.
Now you're a successful businessman. What would you say to the kids that watch this show that we talk about each and every week, that their only goal is the NFL?
You have to have a game plan. And at the end of the day, I was blessed, fortunate enough to have a good team of people around me to help me understand that. My mom, obviously, being one, Frank Gargiulo, my high school coach and principal, being another. Just kids kind of get it twisted a little bit. You think about sports as your only option, and that's what this is all about. Trying to get kids to understand that you do have other options. Academics should come first.
Eugene, one thing I wanted to talk to you about was you're transferring. You know, you first signed with Pitt. You were a national recruit. You signed with Pitt, and things didn't go right there. And what would you have to say to ball players now that are thinking about actually transferring schools? And I know you get one shot at it, and if you don't make it good, you're probably just about ending your career at that point.
Pretty much. So I would just tell kids, if that's your situation, you go to first school, you don't like it for whatever reason, and you want to transfer, make sure you do your research, make sure that you're well-versed on what you want to do and the reasons why you want to leave. And I'm hoping it's not going to be so much athletics as much as it should be academics. Mine was a combination of both. You know,
another thing I wanted to ask you, that was, I think I first met you 23 years ago when you were a junior in high school. Things have changed in recruiting. Believe me, they've changed. I've been staying with it ever since then. You have a son that's supposed to be one of the top, I don't know, is he 13 now? 13-year-olds in New Jersey. He's won a lot of awards, and people are already talking about him. How are you going to address the recruiting issue when it does happen in a few years, and how are you going to direct your son?
Trust me. Well, first, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to call you first. That's number one. You know that already. You and I have already had this sidebar conversation. I'm going to call you first, but Brandon actually is 12. He'll be 13 in November, and you're right. It is tough. You know, one of the things that I'm going through with him right now, I'm seeing from basketball to football, these coaches are asking him to step up a little bit and play with the older kids, and he's only 12 years old. I mean, but he knows, my wife and I, we do a good job of sitting down with him academically, staying with him on his books. School comes first, football, basketball, that's secondary. You know, so we're keeping him focused on that. But I'm definitely going to call you first, my friend.
All right, now you have a brand new book. It's hitting shelves at the end of the month. It's called Dream Real. Tell us about that book quickly.
Dream Real is a book. We're talking about a kid growing up in Jersey City, single-parent home. It's more of an inspirational book, even though it's tabbed sports. Great opportunity for me. I just wanted to put it out there to kind of give a blueprint to some of these kids. It's more important to be a student-athlete, truly student-athlete. Not everybody's going to play pro ball. I just want to end with this one quote. The most important thing I want kids to understand, there in Elizabeth, New Jersey, that school has, I think it's 55 to 6,000 students in that school. You have 4 professional leagues, NFL, NFL Europe, CFL, AFL. 6,000 kids in one school in the state of New Jersey. there's only 3,000 professional football players in 4 leagues. So think about it from that perspective. It's a difficult haul when you're talking about being a pro player. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying let school come first, and sports will take care of itself.
Eugene Napoleon, thank you so much. It's important to have you on the show, man. I really enjoyed the time. Thank you
for
very
having
much.
me.